Fighting for freedom, liberty, and the restoration of the Constitution. The Patrick Riggins Show. Call in now at 865-243-8255. That's 243-TALK. And now your host, Patrick Riggins.
Welcome back to the Patrick Riggins Show. Tori, do you know what that theme is from?
Rockford Files.
There you go. Very good. I always like that song on the lead in there. I really need to get, when they do the answering machine right at the first.
I always liked his car. Didn't he drive the gold Trans Am?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
James Garner. Getting back to the last segment of the Patrick Riggins Show. Causing problems for people, the right and the left, and... well, everybody, all of us that are libertarians don't really cause problems with. But,
Patrick, don't be an instigator.
Sorry, Patrick's already an instigator. But, real quick, what I want to hit in this last segment, ever since the election, well, before it actually, we have heard this refrain ratcheted up recently here, just right after this election. Everyone is screaming and yelling about Obama raising your taxes. He's going to screw up the economy. He's going to ruin everyone. The problem with this thinking is that Obama cannot do anything without the aid of Congress. Lest you forget, all legislation must be passed by Congress. If Obama asked for taxes to be raised, Congress can tell him, I don't think so, and pass whatever they want. If Obama tries to circumvent Congress by using executive orders, then Congress can refuse to fund the agencies carrying them out or attach requirements to those agencies' budgets that the money spent not be used for that executive order. Congress can even impeach Obama for overstepping the authority of the executive branch. Although if they did that, you could have impeached just about every president we've had for the last 10, 20 years. So, yes, even Bush, he could have been impeached. They've all overstepped their executive authority. Now, Congress can do this. They just have to have the backbone to do it, which means, and you've heard this before, they need to hear from you to pressure them to do the right thing. Let's face it, they aren't going to do it on their own. Now, I kind of worry about venturing into this, and don't start ringing my phones off the hook, especially after the last show there. But instead of signing petitions calling for your state to secede, why don't you write your congressional representative and insist on them following the Constitution? Hold their feet to the fire. Put as much effort into this secession and getting everything signed. Let's call it what it is. It's just a irrelevant petition for secession from the United States. You know, the big government types love it when you do this because, one, it gives them an argument that people aren't thinking clearly, and thus they don't need to listen to you. And two, it wastes your time and energy pursuing these obviously bogus projects instead of organizing and working to get them thrown out of office at the next election. You need to start riding your representative's butt on all this foolishness. That is what is going to change things. Email, send letters, show up at their town meetings, go to their local offices, as well as their offices in Washington if you happen to be up there. You have to ask yourself, are you willing to do what's necessary to turn this country around? Are you willing to do that? Because if you aren't, then you might as well shut up and suffer quietly. Because your complaining without action serves no purpose at all. In fact, it probably hurts by discouraging others who might be trying to help, trying to elect good people to office, to educate those who are ignorant, not stupid. There's a big, big difference there. Just ignorant about what is going on in this country. You need to start harassing the crap out of your representatives in order to get these changes made. As I've said before, the people who fought in the Revolutionary War weren't guaranteed anything, but they still fought for the idea of being free. Not the guarantee, just the idea that if they won, they would be free. They could gain their freedom. They deserved their freedom. But now we have people who don't want to fight for their freedom. They want to sit back, watch TV, waste their time while their country goes down the tubes. Oh, they'll complain while things are bad. In reality, though, they just want to forget about everything and let someone else handle it. So it is going to be up to you, my listeners and others you turn onto this radio show. You guys and gals are going to be the ones who turn this around, who make it happen. And even if someone else gets the glory, as often happens, you will know, and I will know, who really stopped this march towards less freedom and worked to turn the ship around. And that's all that really matters, that we achieve the goals we set out to complete. Now, I know you can do it. We can do it. All we need is a little drive and motivation, and we'll get it done. That's basically my whole... I hate that word, basically. I just used it, Tori. Basically, everyone uses that. But I hate basically, and I hate people who speak with a higher intonation at the end of a sentence. You know what I mean? Talking like that, like everything's a question. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Focus. Anyway, I can get a little off track. I had a good show today. We had Ron Paul on all day, which for me is just a great show. That man has a lot to say, and he's very logical and knows exactly where we need to go as a country. Anyway, we're up on the end of the show, and I want to thank you for listening this week. I encourage you to go out, hit our Facebook page. Again, that's facebook.com/Patrick Riggins Show. And if you need to know how to spell Riggins, it's Riggins. Some people mistake it for Reagans, but it's Riggins. I don't think I have that bad of an accent, Patrick Riggins Show. But you can go out there, and there's a link there to Ron Paul's speech over at C-SPAN. You can probably also go to cspan.org and find it there. You can also go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Patrick Riggins Show. This show will be on in probably a day or so, and you can also get the archives, all the past shows that we've had. You can also send us an email. Our address is patrickrigginshow@gmail.com. That's all together, patrickrigginshow@gmail.com. And you can also reach us using the really old-fashioned U.S. mail. Just drop a note and care of the station, WNOX, here on Kingston Pike in Knoxville. And by the way, thank you to everyone who has been writing into the station about the show. I really appreciate it, and keep those cards and letters coming. If the station sees enough of a response, who knows? Maybe they'll even add a weekday time slot in addition to Sundays. Now, that would be scary, Patrick, during the weekday. Join me next Sunday afternoon, where once again we'll talk about freedom, liberty, and the restoration of the Constitution. This is Patrick Riggins. We will see you next Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Have a great week.
Join us again next week for a solid dose of truth on The Patrick Riggins Show. Every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. Be there.